What up, though? Damn, boy, what up, though, boy? I see you up in here already. Now, I wanted to just tap in real quick. Y'all should already know by now that boy Meek Mill out, you know what I'm saying? But to me, on this situation, the most important thing that happened to me was the other people that got the opportunity to go in front of that judge to get released. You know what I mean? He left a comment on his, on his Instagram, thanking God, Jay-Z, and everybody else, you know what I mean, for getting up out of his situation, even though he still got to go back in front of that judge. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part about it, even though the Supreme Court then overruled or whatever the case may be to go ahead and get him released, but he still got to go back in front of that same judge and see what's going to happen. But them other people that's getting out is what's most important, because he got the bread, you know what I mean? Like that conversation I had with Bosco, not saying that I agree with everything that he said, but on the point of, you know, him having bread and all this situation, the shit that's going on, he would be able to fight through this situation. This the motherfuckers that's sitting up in jail, that's broke, that's been, you know, that went and had that same cop that was messing people over that was messed up, you know what I mean? But I wanted to tap in with y'all right quick. I had to pull over off the road right quick to holler at y'all, you know what I mean? Everybody been good? I'm trying to see if any comments pop up on there, you know what I mean, if there's any questions that y'all wanted to ask. But yeah, that boy Meek Mill finally up out of there, man. Finally up out of there. I'm happy for him. I don't wish jail on nobody. What up, though, Burns? What up, though? I don't wish jail on nobody. I don't care. You know, I ain't gonna say nobody. It's some people that do deserve to be in jail. You know what I mean? If they're a pedophile or a rapist or anything like that. Y'all see I purposely didn't cover, you know, that situation that's been going on with 6ix9ine and all that stuff. You know what I mean? No, but he not done with his sentence. It ain't over with yet. We got to see when he go back to court in, I think, 3 months. You know, that time, I think Angie Martinez was talking about it. She went to his actual court appearance. And y'all got to excuse me, because the way this looked to me, all the comments pop up on the screen, so I really can't see myself or nothing like that. But no, he, that day, like, say, for instance, if he went to court that Monday and they told him he had to go back in 60 days for his trial or his hearing or whatnot. But then I guess in between then, the Supreme Court then jumped in and stepped in, and they finally then, let him out or whatever. But he still got to go back to see what's going to go on, to see if they finally going to overturn the whole thing and throw out his whole case. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. He still got to see what's going to happen that day. And my thing is, if they going to put him right back in front of that same judge, we going to see. If the DA, if even the people, the DA, the prosecutor, and everybody on their side talking about he didn't deserve to go to jail, and the judge, if he go back in this, next 60 days to that hearing, and they don't overturn it because of that dirty cop and all that situation that was involved in it, if he's still on probation, it's then they're pushing, how many years now? 10 years? You know, he gonna have to figure something out. I seen people was talking junk about what's old boy named Kevin Gates was putting in a motion to try to get rid of his PO. I'm pretty sure what's his name, Meek Mill, did the same thing to try to get get him up underneath that same judge. But his situation crazy. He gonna have to stay up out of trouble, get back to his career and stay up out of trouble. He just gonna have to let some stuff slide. He can't be on the same stuff that he been on. For real, for real. But everybody doing good, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in, real quick. I just wanted to do this. I pulled over, you know what I'm saying? Xavier West, I appreciate it. It's like periodically everything that jump up on the screen and then everything go away. What do you mean? Go to Meek Mill, whoever just said clickbait, go to Meek Mill page on his Instagram. He just posted something that was like a long ass 2-3 paragraphs thanking God, Jay-Z, his team, and everybody. What is you talking about? No, I'm not in Philly. Oh, Starboy Hustle, you must be what they call that nowadays, a troll or something. But what they say, what up though, Doc? It's time for Meek to take over the rap game. Yeah, I want to see the energy he gonna bring back. It's a lot of music that's about to come out. Hopefully he about to drop something. You got, Nas. Who else about to? Nas, Pusha T. I'm waiting to hear what Pusha T gonna talking about. What his album gonna be talking about. Who else got some music that's about to drop? J. Cole shit did drop his stuff fire as hell. It's a lot of music that's about to come out, and it's been a lot going on. I just been kind of staying away from it because I seen, what up though, Low Culture? I seen, a couple comments that I take heed to when people, feel like you know, I kind of got to get back. You know, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, I ain't gonna say it at all, because you can't get through to some people when it comes to that 6ix9ine situation. But what y'all think about that little video clip that came out with 6ix9ine describing to the police that they shot in the air and somebody ran? What do y'all call that? But I ain't make no video on it, because there ain't no reason for me to sway nobody opinion about that. Blue Taylors, what up though? Collins, what up those? Low TV, what's good? You know, Darius, I see Coach Al, I see what y'all saying. You know, that's what I feel like. That's what everybody on the same type of time, for real with that. But that's why I say, you know, someone quote unquote just coming home, I can't fault dude. I don't think he really just don't know no better. For real. I think he really just don't know no better. Caught up in the moment. Why would you go incriminate yourself and the people around you? You know what I mean? But Florida, salute to everybody that stopped up in here. Yeah, like I said, I pulled over on the side of the road, but that boy Meek Mill is out. So glad to see that situation. Now there's a few other people that got to come home. But it was a video I wanted to ask y'all about. Who all on here from down south? Who been keeping up with that situation that's dealing with NBA YoungBoy and that other dude? I don't know his name. He from this crew, the rapping crew that got the little spider as they chains and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He just remade a song that NBA YoungBoy made, and they was talking about the dude G Money that got killed and all that stuff. Like, y'all been seeing that? What's going on with that? Who keeping up with that? Because that situation crazy to me, as far as from what I've been hearing behind the scenes. You know, everybody thought the dude that made the song, I can't remember his name, it's on the tip of my tongue right now. But yeah, the fam Goob, keep, you know, exposing thoughts. I'm glad you just said that. I can't 100% say that it's gonna happen. But you know, y'all seen the music that I put up by that dude, you know, his name John Doe. It just spelled crazy. I put it up the other day. If y'all haven't heard that, peep out that song. He rapped over that Chung Lee, you know, did a little remix to that or whatnot. But, you know what I mean, of course Rollo homie. Me and him supposed to do an interview, but we just trying to figure some stuff out, because I understand he ain't trying to talk about like no open case. But at the same time, it's like, I gotta ask you some questions that I know that people want to know. You know what I mean? Like, as far as, do you feel like all the stunting and all that shit? Because thinking back, you know, all them times he was going in and out of the airport getting fucked with at the airport, they been on old boy heels. You know what I'm saying? They've been on his heels for a minute, you know, trying to catch him up. It's just surprising to me. It ain't surprising, but to me, it's just like, because the thing that fucked me up about Rollo is I seen him maybe like a month ago. I don't know if he posted it in a video or if he said it like in the caption, but he was like, I don't want them to big meet me. And ever since he said that, it stuck in my mind to see him going through this situation. Like, boy, if you know, you know what I mean, if you know that you still, you know what I'm saying, doing your 1-2, you know, this all allegedly, if he was doing this, or if they whatever trying to target him because they say he buying back the block and they don't want to see him doing that, blah blah blah. But say for instance, if he was doing this 1-2, like, why would you be actively showing D Money on the plane that you supposed to been chartering this stuff on? I don't know. But yeah, they was, you know what I mean? There's only so much you can do. You see every time down there artists come out with a song, fuck 12 and start doing this, that's saying F12 and making a song and an anthem off of it is just as bad as down there putting up billboards around the city like BMF did. You know what I mean? You get to taunting them, and you already, if that used to be, because the crazy thing that popped out to me about Rollo is finding out that he's 23, or what was he, 23 or 25, either or. We know the statutes of limitations 7 years. So that's the crazy thing to me about the interviews that he was doing. It's like, damn, bro. You know, you supposed to be talking about stuff that's supposed to be at least over 7 years old. Right. Yeah, you right, dark-skinned Drake. You right about that. And exposing thoughts to everybody. I don't know how to make these comments pop up for 2-3 minutes and then they just killed my homie in the rap game, Blackie Fontana. Rest in peace to him, man. Sorry to hear that. Reese, Ashton, I'm not even reading that. I don't know what you talking about. You get pinged. I don't know what you mean by that. If it's anything going on, like I say, this screen doing this live, you know I don't do it that often, but so it look crazy. All the messages pop up at once, like 20 of them, and then they go away. So I can't see what really people saying for real. But man, just everybody be safe out there, man. Stay out the way. I don't care if you doing your 1-2 or doing whatever you do. Just stay out the way, man. Get your paper. However you going to work, it ain't nothing wrong with having a job. Go clock in, do what you gotta do. Take care of your family, your responsibilities. You know what I mean? You don't have to live that life. You don't have to live that life. With this internet, it's other opportunities and so many other segues and ways to get bread out here. You know what I mean? If you do got some money from whatever you're doing, look to invest in something else. You know what I mean? Find somebody that's smart. Fly out there to Silicon Valley, rub some shoulders with some bosses or something, try to invest in an app company or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, do something to get away from this radar that they putting. Because it don't matter if you a quote-unquote thug in the streets, or it don't matter if you got $100 million. Like dark-skinned Drake just said, man, we still gonna all be targets, for real, man. You say you do that, bro, what you mean? I appreciate it, Coop, I appreciate it. But I didn't want to make this video too long, you know what I mean? Because I know it's supposed to be about Meek Mill, but salute to him. I'm glad he home, but most importantly, with him going through this situation, I'm glad that it was other people that was able to get free, you know what I mean, and go in front of the other judges and get released. And hopefully he don't get out and forget about what he just went through. He keep some attention and some awareness on other individuals up there in that same prison, and maybe this can be a domino effect of other places, because we don't know what's going to happen if they're going to end up opening up them files for other things that's going on, dealing with the cop that he had and that judge. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, it's a plan. The dude that just asked me about the Silicon Valley, it's a plan. You know, me and one of my homeboys, we've been writing this script like for this little series and stuff like that, and he got an app that he want to develop. So we waiting for a couple months. We want to go out there to Silicon Valley and just stay out there for like a week and try to run into some people and just maneuver, like network, man. Like, so for so long we keep ourselves boxed into our neighborhood, and our neighborhoods don't be having the resources that we need to really get rich. Like, sometimes you just got to step out here on faith and you know, look the part. Don't look intimidating. I might have on a hood right now, but go somewhere, look the part. Don't look intimidating, you know, and communicate with people, you know, and a lot of people will want to get on board. Because there's so much more than this that I want to do. This is a segue just for me to speak to the people, to try to spread my mentality and my perspective with like-minded people. And I appreciate all the comments that y'all say, regardless if y'all agree or disagree or got constructive criticism. You know, I definitely appreciate it. That's what it's all about, is just communication, man, for real, for real. Unfortunately, that's what when I did go to college, you know, I went for secondary English education, because I seen that in my household, and I seen that just in the streets. 99, I ain't gonna say 99, but a lot of BS start from just bad communication, people not knowing how to communicate with each other. And the more ignorant a person is, the quicker it can turn to violence, you know, because people just don't know how to sit down and have convos with each other. A lot of people are scared to leave the city. It definitely, Blue Taylor, it is. You know, sometimes that's all people know. You know, when I left home and I went out of town, yeah, it was a culture shock, but I feel like if you from certain places, anywhere you go, you will be able to make it. You just gotta kind of adapt to how things is going and how things moving, you know what I'm saying? So you don't stick out like a sore thumb, you know, moving too fast or moving too slow or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people be just boxed in because that's all they know, and you right, that key word is scared. Some people scared to leave. Some people don't even go from the west side to the east side. Some people don't go from the east side to the west side. Some people won't even cross 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying, and go into the outskirts. They act like that's just foreign territory, you know what I mean, when it's, you know, money is everywhere. So, it's crazy out here, man. Big salute to the Chi-Town, you know what I mean? I know it's a similar mentality out there, and I'm glad to see, just watching Vlad TV, with Lil Durk saying he opening up these companies and he moved to Atlanta, and a lot of people got to start following suit. You know, when they get some bread, it don't mean that you turning your back on your city. You still love your city, but in order for you to grow, depending on where you from, sometimes you gotta leave. And sometimes it's just your destiny to just have to leave to go do something bigger and better for yourself. Don't be afraid to do it. You know what I mean? If you got the opportunity to go to college, ain't for everybody. That debt gonna be on you for life, you know what I mean? But if it is school, don't just go to a school that's 2 minutes away from you. Go to a school that's 10 hours away, where it force you to have to get on your A game. It force you to have to become a man, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't have no one else that's gonna help take care of you, you know what I mean? How the hell do I block this person saying some retarded stuff? But a salute to St. Louis, you know, Natural Bridge, Kings Highway. I went to Webb Elementary in St. Louis like in the 2nd, 3rd grade, you know what I mean? Whoever just said that about St. Louis. I used to stay in my mom whole side of the family from St. Louis. The dude that's on the radio station down there in St. Louis, big shout out to him, you know what I mean? He hit me up, was asking me did I want to do like terrestrial radio and stuff, but around that time I was just having my kid, but I still keep in contact with him. You know, I might end up moving back to St. Louis. You know what I mean, to try to put in some work and keep growing from this platform. Because anything that we do, we never know who really listening. Even if someone said it to me the other day, even if you put up a video and it only get 1 view or 1,000 views, you never know who really seen it and watching you, to just see your progression, your effort, your work ethic that may want to help take whatever you got going to the next level. You know what I mean? But I was serious the other day, Drake. You know, light-skinned, dark-skinned Drake or whatever, when I responded to your message on that BMF video about the thing that I said at the end about networking, though. I was serious about that, though. You know what I mean? Some say college is a credit and banking scam. It can be. I'm talking about this. Please believe this. College is a hustle. Everything is a hustle. Everything is a hustle. The way United States got everything set up, it's a hustle. You want to go get a job. This may be your passion. You may love wanting to go do this, but you gotta, the first 2 years of college is a whole bunch of bullshit classes, unless you just wasn't paying attention in grade school. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit classes that you gonna take. You know what I'm saying? Like, they call them liberal art classes. And then your last 2 years to be your professional studies that's really have to do with your major. You know what I'm saying? All it is now you graduate. You got this one piece of paper that's allowing you to be able to get this job, but you accumulated all this debt. And now they're going to take that out of your career. But that's why it's such a high default rate, because with American and the unemployment rate, a lot of people graduating and not being able to get jobs. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about it, if you planning on going to see, my thing was college for me. I had an uncle that went to Alabama A&M, so he could get me in there. It wasn't no problem. It was me going down, and I'll talk about that another day in another video, talk about that experience. But you know, college can be a gift and a curse, but I will say I learned a lot from it, and it helped open up my mind to a lot of different things. And plus, just going to a college, you on campus and you around a whole bunch of other people from 50 other states and 20 other countries. You're not just around the people that you used to growing up with that think the same, act the same, dress the same. That molds your brain a whole nother way being in that type of environment. So a lot come from that. You know what I mean? It's a lot good that come from that. But let me go back up, because someone said Jadakiss is pro-gay, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know if that's true or not, so I'm just reading what you said. Doc, do I think Meek can make a classic after getting out of jail? Yeah, I'm talking about he could have. Man, a lot of them rappers, they be making, especially as much as I see him in the studio, they be having tons and tons of music that's just sitting in the cut. And then they just go back and piece songs together that fit like a certain timeline or a narrative and put it out. It depends. Like, if he gonna try to go after this situation, is he gonna go in the direction of some 444 with some educational type stuff? If he gonna still be on the rollies, if he still gonna be talking about partying? I think right now it's time for him to get serious and spit a message, but then, you know, still have those few little cuts out there, but just be on this grown man, you know what I mean? Anybody got the opportunity to make a classic. Anybody got the opportunity to make a classic. Now, the person that said don't go to college and become an Uncle Tom, what do you mean by that? I want to understand that. They raided that apartment. Yeah, they did. The dude was talking about they raided that apartment. You learn many backgrounds and get an understanding. Yeah, that's what I said. As far as college, it's a lot good that can come out of it. It's up to you what you take from it. You know what I mean? It's a lot good that can come out of college besides just being in college. Just the whole experience of just stepping out there, you know what I mean? Learning stuff. You just got to be disciplined. No one forcing you to do anything. That's when you're going to be able to see you got to be disciplined and do what you got to do. College for some people, college not for some people. Some people go to college purely just, I'm talking about some people go to college purely just to rape this system, just to get their refund checks, go back home, cop them a couple elbows, go back to school and just hustle and try to lock down the whole campus and then flood over into the city. A lot, you know, a lot can happen when you go to college, you know what I mean? Or you can go there, stick to your books, because anybody, I'm talking about some of the biggest ways I wanted to influence some of the people I knew to go to school. I'm like, man, y'all love women. Dog, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 women, all shapes, sizes, everything that's at school. Like anything that you love to do in your personal life is there. You just gotta lock down and figure out what you do. But don't go to school if you don't know what you want to do. If you're gonna go there and try to figure out why you there, you're gonna waste a lot of time and a lot of money. Now, the person that just asked me about work at Fox News, I'm talking about maybe it was just the connections that he knew that he ended up putting together while he was at school. Sometimes that happened too. Like you go to school and you just may rub shoulders with some people that's going in a direction that you want to go into, and you find out you don't necessarily need this degree to do what you really want to do in life. But you wouldn't have figured that out at home on your block. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing wrong with it if he didn't have to finish school and be able to get that good job. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of good jobs out here that you just need to have just your brain. You know what I'm saying? You just need to know the job. You know what I mean? If you got experience, and the first-hand experience in anything is better than just having a piece of paper, because you got some people that cheat their whole way through school. You know what I mean? So, you know, school is a good look, you know what I mean? I don't tell people not to go. I just tell them be prepared and know what they want to do before they go there, so you don't waste time and money and end up just going to school, getting in debt. I'm talking about, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna wrap this video up. And this don't have nothing, I'm not gonna say this just because it was Alabama A&M, but I said it in another video. My very first 2 weeks at Alabama A&M, I go down there, move down there from Detroit. Dude get killed right in front of this dormitory called West, like at night. Argument start, dude pull out a gun, boom, kill him. I'm talking about that whole people breaking in people's dormitories, people getting robbed by the locals, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if it's a party school, that means people drink and smoke, so that means people gotta supply that. Like, sometimes people perception of what college is not what college is. It's not higher learning all the time. It's not a different world all the time. Like, it's some real stuff that go on at school, and you got to be able to stay away from it and stay focused on what you want to do. Don't let all the loot. I'm talking about, you wake up, you might got a class, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, you walk into your classroom, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, you will see girls with everything hanging out like they just coming from the club, and you can't let that distract you. You know what I mean? You got to stay on your job. Hold on for a minute. But yeah, man. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up, man. Follow me on Doc Hicks TV on Instagram, and we can finish chopping it up over there, though, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Much love. I greatly appreciate everything, and we'll be able to get into more of these discussions more. My thing, as long as people gon', you know, watch the videos and support them and share them and leave comments, I'll do videos on other stuff. You know what I mean? I just need to know that it's people there that want to see and talk about different things. You know what I mean? I'm not well versed in everything, but I do have comments and perspectives on other stuff other than hip hop. I just want to make sure there's other people here too that do know something about it, that I can either teach some or I can learn from as well. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street doing this channel, man. But, you know, much respect and love to y'all. You know what I mean? I'm going to catch back up with y'all. And the thing about this, I don't even know how to turn this off.